Okay, I'm back. This is Brother Francis Z. Revels-Bey. Welcome to my podcast, Clear Blue Radiance. We have to do something a little different today, so this is going to be recorded offline, and hopefully I can introduce it to the Resident Essentials YouTube channel. So, this is my podcast, Clear Blue Radiance, and I'm usually on every Thursday at about 1 p.m. or 1:30 p.m., but I wasn't able to go live in the YouTube channel for Resident Essentials. So I'm doing it this way, and hopefully I can upload this file there. But one of the things I'm talking about today is, did you know that you are infinite? We all have resources that will aid us in our desire to ascend. So today's date is June the 1st, 2023. Let's see what this is about. You know, many times we're seeking to ascend. We have a desire to ascend. But many metaphysicians have already said, especially I like the way Dr. Michael Beckworth phrases that, why not become a descended master? Master your life now. Gain better control over who you are now and not be worried about ascension, okay? Because people are thinking about not being here on the planet, okay, because of all the racial tension and all these other things that are going on. People just want to check out off the planet. But many have said if you make a decision to change your life, you make a decision to be stronger in your life, you will begin to attract positive experiences into your life. And you can then further affirm them in your life. You can use affirmative prayer to seed them deeper into your life. You can act upon them and find fruition happening in your life, manifestation, materialization happening in your own life. So, with this topic, let's just divine or go into some of the meanings of these words. I use infinite, I use resources, I use desire, aid, and ascend. Well, what does the word infinite mean? Infinite means limitless, impossible to measure or calculate. That's your life. That's you. You can't be measured. You may appear to have a height and a girth and a weight, but in reality, you're a spiritual metaphysical being, so you really can't be calculated. You can't be measured because you're infinite. What are resources? Resources represent a stock, things that you have that come with who you are, a supply of assets. So I'm going to mention in a moment what are some of your assets. Desire. Desire means a strong feeling of wanting to see something in your life or to have something in your life, a strong feeling, a strong urge. Aid is to help, assist, and support. So you're looking to be aided. And you can also aid others, assist them, and support them in their journey called life. And then there's the word ascend. Ascend means go up, rise up, float up. Like out here, we have hot air balloons. So the balloons ascend on the breeze, on the current of the air. But you do it consciously with your consciousness, raising your consciousness, see, ascending your consciousness, remembering who you are, spiritually and metaphysically speaking. Who are you? You're a reflection of divinity. You're a reflection or a seed, an infinite seed of the divine I am presence that's all over the world. And you can consciously do this. You can consciously and physically bring this into your life. So if that's what those words mean, if we jump back to uh, resources, we have numerous resources to take us there. We have skill set, right, on speaking our language and trying to be articulate. We have a certain mindset. That means we have a certain focus, something we're looking to attune ourselves in to accomplish. We have a heart set. It means you're compassionate and passionate about your life. You are an intuitive, you're empathic, you're creative, you have strength, you have willpower, and you have faith. And most of all, you got integrity and truth that's also embedded in your character. All these things will help you to do what? To ascend. but you have to realize you have them infinitely, and it's up to you to uncover them. They're here and they're here. So it's up to us to uncover these infinite intrinsic tools that we have that will help us recognize our levels of infinity, that will help us recognize who we are, and that will also help us recognize that we are always consciously ascending our consciousness, our remembrance. The planet Gaia is going to do whatever Gaia needs to do. They say for 20 years, 30 years, Gaia is going to split off and create two worlds. And other people say, well, that's because the consciousness of the planet is rising, and the people who inhabited Gaia, their consciousness is rising. Or like Greg Barden, Baden, I think, Greg Baden says, I believe that's his name. Right now, I can't get his name straight, but he and Dr. Lipton always say it, that heart-mind resonance, right? They come together and the frequency goes up. Your frequency will continue to rise as you think more positive about yourself. I know sometimes people say affirmations don't work. Affirmations may not work for some people because they don't have their heart in it. Affirmations may not work for some people because they don't know their own value, their own true value, what they're really, really worth to themselves, to their loved ones, family members, friends, neighborhood, community, the world, because they haven't yet discovered that. Or they have not balanced, they have not cleansed, they have not clarified in their mind who they are. Now, sometimes a lot of these topics that I speak with, they're everyday topics. We go through these experiences every day. I never talk about something that I haven't experienced. I always talk about something that I have experienced. And I'm just like you. I have my ups and downs. I'm not perfect. Don't put me on a pedestal. But it's all about learning from our mistakes. It's all about gathering our remembrances about the things we do well and to remember those things and put those things into motion. You know, we have other values that can help us ascend in our consciousness, because that's what has to ascend first is our consciousness. Then we'll see the life around us unfold and ascend with us. Well, here's some of the things. It's not always about money. Many people think if I make thousands of money, million, I've said it over and over again. There are people who make millions of dollars and they're still not happy. There's people who have so much wealth that they check out. We've already heard about several people not happy because they're struggling with mental illness or they're struggling with internal pain about how they view themselves. And then they do what? They commit suicide. Lots of people are living on the edge. Not just people who are homeless, but people who look like you and I who aren't homeless, but they have something going on inside their mind that's telling them to check out. They want to check out. So we have to begin to look at the things that are causing us that want to do that. But as we find those internal weaknesses, those doubts that we have, those disbeliefs that we have, unfounded realities, as I would call them, things that have no more value to us anymore. When we get rid of those things, when you get rid of doubt, when you get rid of fear, you get rid of your feeling of being scarce, you get rid of sparseness, you get rid of things that you can't prosper, you get rid of those thoughts, you start developing a new way about yourself. So in this short bit of time left, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I want to share these things with you. It is more likely that you should be serving humanity in some kind of a way, whether you work with cleaning streets, whether you work with volunteer your time with organizations to help homeless people, feed other people. Hey, there's a lot of people you may not be able to get to an organization. There's people within your own family who's not doing well. Can you walk in that light with those people? Can you find a way to assist those people, your neighbors right there? What are you doing in unconditional love to serve your fellow man and fellow woman in your age group, in your living environment, where you live, your community, within your family? Here's some things we need to understand. We need to show more compassion for each other. We need to show unconditional love for each other. We need to show grace is within us. We need to show that we can be compassionate, we can be understanding, we can have peace in our lives, we can show harmony, we can show wisdom. We can show these things. You know, I'm going to wrap it up like this. Many years ago, about 40 years ago, when I was trying to learn multi-level marketing, there was something that they always would say. This is something that the team leader would say and the person above the team leader. They would say this: help everyone on your team succeed, and you shall succeed as well. That means help them solve the problem before them. How are they going to attract more people into their group? Do they need to advertise? Do they need to step out on the platform? Do they need to speak up more and be heard? If we take that concept and break it down further, when you're multitasking every day, is it beneficial to you? When you're multitasking every day, is it somehow moving you forward in your life? And do you have time to assist others to move forward in their life? Now, granted, you can't be a savior for everybody. Some people must want to change. Some people must want to see something better for themselves. Not everybody does. Some people want to just complain. Don't worry, I've been there too. I used to complain a lot. A lot. Like, how come it's not my turn? How come the wheels of fortune not moving in my direction? How come I don't have a stage? How come I don't have students? Well, one of the things I had to get rid of was doubt and lack in my mind. I had to get rid of the self degradation, put myself down all the time. I had to overcome that and get real comfortable with me. I had to spend time to myself thinking about what I am, who I am, where I am, how I got to be this way, and what am I going to do to change if I need to make changes. Then I have to not only think that way, be that way, act that way, I got to live that way. So many things that I'm talking about, you just can't talk about it. You have to live it, just like you live pain. You live through pain. Some people have addictions in gambling, addiction in drugs, addiction in alcohol, addiction in sex. You got to live through all of that sometimes to come out the other side as clean as you can, blossoming as much as you can, loving yourself all the time unconditionally. If we can do those things, if we can love ourselves more, we will find that not only are we infinite, we will aid ourselves in acquiring the desires that we are seeking to ascend. And we will do what? Ascend consciously. The reality is we must ascend right where we're at, not dream about how to ascend to get off the planet. Because everything down here is a matrix. Everything down here is an illusion. And if that's the case, then you could recreate something for yourself. They say the brain doesn't know the difference between a reality and a non-reality, or a brain, because it sees things outside ourselves. We don't know if it's really real or not. We create the space as we go along. We can see space, just like that character in the X-Men, Magneto. He walks across this vast thing that has maybe 5,000-foot drop, but he's walking from one hallway across this open pit to the other side. But he knows each step he lays out in front of him, there's a step that's held in place, and he can walk across to the other side. That's what we have to think creatively, that we can do things that can change our world, because our world must change first. How we see ourselves in the world, how we view others in the world. What are we doing to keep it clean in our world? And then you got to live in it and be comfortable. But once we can do those things, we become better at what we do. We will conceive and receive. We will reach up higher and grab onto the new things, but we will reach behind us and grab those who are underneath us to join us. So, did you know that you're infinite? We all have resources, your assets. Who do you have in your life that cheers you on, that aids you? What kind of skills have you developed? And which ones are you developing now? And can you articulate them in a creative fashion so the world can see it, but better yet, so that you can see it and see the impact you make in your world? That's how you can ascend. Well, I'm going to sign on off. Before I do that, if you like this, would you see if I can get this up into position on Resident Essentials YouTube channel, if I can upload it? Once you see it, if you like it, click on like. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, or go over to Resident Essentials, the group on Facebook, and sign up over there so you can keep in touch with everything that we're doing. We have a psychic fair every second Sunday. We have one coming up this Sunday, which will be the 11th, and it'll go from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Admission is free. That's $20 for readings and healings for 20 minutes, or $1 a minute. I'm there doing that, as well as Celestial I Am drawings, $30 for 30 minutes. You get a reading that goes along with it. Admission is free. You just pay for your session with all of us that are there. You know, we have this woman, Diane Costello. She was there this morning, Thursday, June 1st, right at Resident Essentials, 3107 Eubank Boulevard, Northeast, Suite door number 34, inside the Scottsdale Shopping Village. She was teaching tarot. She's back teaching tarot. All you got to do is go to www.residentessentials.com and click on practitioners, click on events, click on calendars. You see the calendar events, you'll see whatever is there. Click on products and services and see what we offer. We offer a lot of things. And if you want, give a call to Michelle Vidal. She's the owner of Resident Essentials. Resident Essentials has been around a long time. She used to be on Menor Boulevard. You know, it started there 2015, and then eventually got over here to the Scottsdale Shopping Village at 3107 Eubank Boulevard, Northeast, Suite number 34. So I'm going to sign out. Until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing, as we are alive and well in the age of remembrance. And I hope to see you real soon. I hope to see you at our psychic fair coming up on June 11th, or come to my meditation classes, Creative Pathwork Meditation Series, every Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The course is only $10 per class per person. There's a lot of things going on at Resident Essentials, and I'd like to see you there and be a part of it as well. Take care, my friends. See you soon.